Hi everybody. Sorry I'm slightly late. I had to take care of an issue. Hope all is well. I'm trying to get my camera to cooperate. It's like pulling teeth here. Oh, come on. There. Here. Okay. Now, feel free to jump on. There's a few things we could discuss here. Um, Let me do one thing here. Just a minute. Uh, let's see. No, I'll just do it like that and I'll check it. I'm in the process of doing my laundry, and so I was having trouble with the dryer, and that's why I was. Um, that's why I was late. Okay. Anyway, welcome to Ginger Chat Show. They're in the process of painting our, not painting, but paneling on the side of our building, to putting new panels on. They're a little bit better and they're waterproof and prevent damage and everything. Um, so anyway, today's topic is that are we ready to resist? He who shall not be named. I know President Biden put a lot of guardrails in place, if you will, and he knows the law. He knows what works, what doesn't work. He does his research. His lawyers do research. In other words, he is smarter. President Biden has smarter lawyers than Trump. Okay, they don't do their research. All they do, Trump's lawyers do, is follow his orders, and not bother to do research or follow the law. Well, sooner or later, they're going to find themselves disbarred if they do so. So, Trump essentially is getting boxed in. He brought this all on himself. He blames everybody but himself, and he's the one to blame. And him sitting there mocking and not helping, and he and Elon are putting out misinformation about the California wildfires. That's wrong. That's uncalled for. How would they like it was done to them? They lost their homes. Okay? And people seem to have a lot of misconception about those that are celebrities or professionals or people that do work hard and become millionaires and billionaires, and they do philanthropy work. They help with the community and everything else. They mock them too. Hi, Dorothy. And so, I hate bullies like that. I really do. And that's what all they are. Trump and his minions are bullies. And when you confront a bully, guess what they do? They turn and run. They're always chicken. They are full of hot air and bluster, and they turn chicken. So we need to call them out for it, and that's how we're going to resist. Call them out. Talk to our senators and representatives when Congress fully starts and everything. No, we don't want this person on the cabinet. Okay, choose another. Choose one that's professional, that knows the ins and out of that particular department or institution. Trump keeps putting people in there that are inexperienced, and they don't know the job. And he didn't know how things work either. And frankly, he should have not been voted in. I think the count, electoral college count, and everything else should have been double, triple checked on everything to make sure there's no hanky-panky going on, if you will. They said, well, the electoral counts are true and everything else. Yeah, and go, yeah, like, really true? Is because, how did the electoral college counts and everything else go up so high so fast during election night? I'll bet you there was some interfering going on. Courtesy Elon and courtesy of Putin. Okay. So, resist and push back like we did in 2016 through 2020. And put him in his place and say, no, you cannot do that. Period. You're supposed to protect and defend the Constitution, and you're supposed to help your fellow Americans. That's what a president does, and that's what a leader does. And this is what President Biden's been doing in the last 4 years. In many ways, I wish he was reelected. But he's getting up in years. He had a bad bout with COVID earlier this year, and late last summer he had a bout with it. And it does take that particular disease, that particular virus takes a lot out of you. I know some people that have long COVID, and it just takes them forever to recoup from it. So, we need to keep resisting, calling out those, and also calling out the legacy media and say, look, you're supposed to follow the truth. You're supposed to do the research. You're supposed to do the facts. And you know how we can control everything? It's by making sure your ratings will drop. That's how we can control it. People like you and I can control that. And say, okay, we won't watch you until you get your act together and start reporting the news properly. Okay? Stop all this disinformation and everything else. Do your research. And be truthful. You gotta make the truth your priority. Because if somebody like you and I grew up with Dorothy as Walter. You remember Walter Cronkite? Remember him when we grew up with him? He put out the facts and truth and he let people make up their own minds. If he was alive today, he'd be appalled. He'd be so upset. He said, no, this is what it should be. Trump doesn't like the truth. Well, that's just too bad. That's the way things are. And Trump has never grown up. He's just a little toddler. And he hasn't grown up for anything. So, even his own niece, she said, I feel sorry for Mary Trump that has an uncle like that. I really do. I had one uncle, which was one of my mom's brothers. He was very selfish. And of course, Mom told me stories about my aunt, told me stories about this, and about my grandmother did not approve of her son being selfish. She wouldn't put up with it. Okay? So anyway, now there's a number of things here that way Trump is going, way his cognitive decline is going and everything else, I'm pretty much suspect that he may have Alzheimer's. It's probably going to get worse. And along with his narcissism, it's a bad combo. It really is. Trump should not be allowed to be sworn in. I don't care he's so-called duly elected president. You have to have a president that's healthy, that is smart, and knows what he's doing, and knows how things work and everything else. Trump doesn't. He doesn't bother to learn. I think he only did it just to avoid jail time. Well, still now, he's still branded as a convicted felon, which he is. And frankly, he should have been given house arrest for 4 years and kept there and have somebody else do the running around for him. Because he can't be in any other country because he is a convicted felon. They're not going to let him in there. Well, they say with diplomatic immunity, we'll let him in there. No, I don't. I think on some countries they will still not allow anybody in there that's a convicted felon. Because I checked the stuff on that. I looked it up. So I hope sooner or later it'll get to the point that the Trump decline, mental decline. I think the 25th Amendment will be invoked. I hope so. And I hope we get a proper cabinet in there and say, no, we're beholden to the Constitution, not to you. We're not loyal to you. We're loyal to the Constitution. And this is what he needs to understand. Now, some people say Vance, J.D. Vance. I don't know what name he really goes under because I did some research on him, and his born name, or the name he was given when he was born, it was J.D. Bowman, Bowman. But it was changed to Vance because apparently he was adopted. He took his grandparents' last name, surname. So I don't know what the true story is there. I don't think Vance is fully MAGA. He didn't act like it. He said, well, he agreed with some things with Project 2025. But I think Project 2025 is going to be very useless. And that type of so-called plan is it belongs in a burn barrels where it belongs. But I hope the 25th Amendment will be invoked and remove Trump from office. And so what, the MAGAs will get upset, and the supporters and ambulance will get upset. I go, guys, he is mentally declining. So what part you don't understand? Okay? Nobody in a leadership role, like in the States, they don't allow their governors to be in place because of mental health. Okay? And I think the same should go for the President of the United States. He's some way, Vance is better. He is better educated. He's a trained lawyer. He only served one, he's still serving until he's sworn in, serve as senator. But the guy didn't really have enough government experience under the belt. And all Trump wanted is a yes man. Well, pretty soon I think Vance is going to tell him, no, it's not going to happen. Somebody needs to grow a spine. A number of people need to grow a spine. And who knows when the 25th Amendment's invoked. I don't think Vance may not want the job as President of the United States. I bet he's thinking, you know what? I'd rather have a little bit more governmental experience under my belt before I take on that job. Now, President Biden, he's been doing public service all his life, okay? And so he's gotten experience. He knows what works, what doesn't work. Very knowledgeable in the law. And so what, he's in his 80s. But sooner or later, he has to give in. Of course, he's going to be out of office. but he knows he's not, can't live forever, okay? And when you have a serious illness, like President Biden had last year, um, it really takes a lot out of you. It really does. So, the only thing we could do is resist. Call it out for what it is and be active on the social media. And if Musk doesn't like it or um, Zuckerberg doesn't like it, tell him tough. Because we can leave to go to another social media site. The one that's really climbing right now is Blue Sky. And also Substack. That is climbing. Because people want the truth. They're putting out opinions. They're saying that there's some that I don't agree with. And there's some that I do agree with. Okay? But above all, do your research. So anyway, I'm going to, let me see, let me check something. Let me check my calendar. Hold on a minute. Calendar. Where are you, calendar? Okay, I will see you Friday on January 17th. And we'll do more discussions, and be sure to follow Substack, Ben myself. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, Ben Salas is back home, and he's starting, you said this week or next week? I think it's this week. He's going back to teaching at University of Southern California. He's a law professor there. And he's going back to teaching. The USC gave a lot of the professors and everybody a lot of time off, and there's some that are still fighting the fire. They're keeping an eye on all the other campuses around there, around the LA area. But he is home now, and his home is safe, and I don't know about Jordy. I don't know. He's probably home too. So, but you see and hear a lot of these people say they're mocking the celebrities that lost all their homes, and oh well, they will be able, they have the money and their insurance and everything else. And I go, you know, you're being really cruel and stupid when you do that. And these celebrities have worked hard where they want to be. They worked hard to build their homes. They worked hard on their profession, because everybody has a profession, okay? And they're forgetting one little detail. The celebrities give us entertainment. They let us escape reality for a little bit by watching movies and adventures and everything else. Yet you turn around and mock them just because they lost their homes and lost everything. Yes, they lost everything. A good majority of them. Lost their memories, lost, you can't replace your photo memories or anything else. And they say, oh, well, they got other homes. They probably have copies of those there too. Maybe. But not all celebrities have homes in other states. Not all of them do. There's some that have homes right there in LA. And so, I hate when people sit there and mock and have no empathy or no compassion for others when they lost their homes. Oh, well, we should concentrate on the common people. Excuse me. It involves everybody down there. The fire does not pick or choose who to burn down. It just goes through everything. So people like that mock and cheat, or mock and give them a bad time and troll and everything else, you know what? You guys deserve a big punch in the face. So to those that do that, knock it off. Shut up. And turn around and start helping. And of course, there's a number of other people that right now the death count down there is up to 24, because a lot of them did not, we were not able to escape in time. So there are some of us that don't have the monetary means to help, but we could help by saying, okay, well, go to this organization, go to that, or in other words, help out that way. Okay. Um, you know, hypothetically, if my store took off and I had a little extra, then yeah, I'd be helping. I'll be helping out, sending money to the Red Cross, sending money directly to um, Film Institute, the Academy and everything else, because I'm sure they have programs that help their celebrities. Okay. So anyway, I will see you on Friday at 1 o'clock. And take care, stay safe. Keep an eye on this guy that lives, those that live out in the Midwest. And of course, the East Coast is still recovering from the hurricanes, and they got till let's see, when does hurricane start? Hurricane season starts in, it ends in November. Oh, it starts in June. So I just hope we don't get any more hurricanes. So anyway, take care. Love you. I'll post this video on my YouTube channel. Be sure to like and subscribe. Love to have you. And I'll see you soon. Okay? Love you. Bye-bye. Love you, Dorothy.